Why was it diagnosed as diabetes? Diabetes is diagnosed based on the result of blood tests in almost all cases. You consider being given to such explanation by your doctor. Measurement of blood glucose is the most important as the result of blood test. In the case of fasting blood glucose levels 126 mg per deciliter or above, or postprandial blood glucose levels 200 mg per deciliter or above, I think that your doctor diagnosed you as diabetes. Furthermore, measurement of hemoglobin A1C is important. The value of hemoglobin A1C was changed in April Heisei 24. In the case of hemoglobin A1C value 6.5% or above, you are diagnosed as diabetes. When I said once again and any two, fasting blood glucose level 126 mg per deciliter or above, postprandial blood glucose level 200 mg per deciliter or above, and hemoglobin A1C value 6.5% or above are filled, you are diagnosed as diabetes in principle. In addition, probably, you may think that it is diagnosed as diabetes also when there is condition such as polyuria, thirst, preeclampsia, and weight loss, and there is a view of retinopathy, and diagnosed as diabetic retinopathy in ophthalmology. When measuring blood glucose, it is good to refer to the one before breakfast. In the case of 70 to 109 mg per deciliter, or 110 to 125 mg per deciliter, or 126 mg per deciliter of above of fasting blood glucose levels before breakfast, you are classified into healthy, borderline diabetes, diabetes, respectively. Furthermore, the blood glucose level becomes a peak from 1 hour in 3 hours after a meal. It is thought that the normal ranges of postprandial blood glucose levels are less than 140 mg per deciliter, and it is considered diabetes when they are 200 mg per deciliter or above. Please check your blood glucose level. Although the word hemoglobin A1C was mentioned above, what is hemoglobin A1C? Hemoglobin A1C is the glycated hemoglobin in red blood cell, and it is denoted by percent as the rate of the glycated hemoglobin to hemoglobin. Hemoglobin A1C reflects the glycemic status. Considering the lifespan of red blood cell, it is thought that hemoglobin A1C reflects the average blood glucose level from 2 months ago to 1 month ago. The normal range of hemoglobin A1C value is 4.7 to 6.2%. Since the person with a high hemoglobin A1C value becomes myocardial infarction and diabetes easily, we recommend medical examination every year. Please consider 6.5% of a hemoglobin A1C value as one of the standards of diabetic diagnostic criteria. However, diabetes is not diagnosed if only hemoglobin A1C is used. Fundamentally, diabetes is diagnosed combining hemoglobin A1C and a fasting blood sugar level, or hemoglobin A1C and postprandial blood sugar level. When diagnosing diabetes, I think whether there are some persons who drank sugared water. This is the most fundamental diagnostic method for diagnosing diabetes by measuring the blood glucose level before and after drinking 75 grams of glucose. By this diagnostic method, when the blood glucose level is less than 110 mg per deciliter before drinking and is less than 140 mg per deciliter 2 hours after drinking, it is judged that blood glucose level is normal. When the fasting blood glucose level is 126 mg per deciliter or above, or postprandial blood glucose level is 200 mg per deciliter or above 2 hours after drinking glucose, you are diagnosed as diabetes. The above is the fundamental method of diabetes diagnosis.